Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Today is a very special reading that I will be doing for you guys because this will be all about manifestation. I was always very curious to see exactly what are you pulling towards you, what are you actually manifesting, whether it's conscious or unconscious. I think that whenever we're tapping into a certain vibration, then we're always sort of pulling or manifesting our own realities, which to me is just absolutely fascinating. So I thought that we would do a quick general reading for all signs for today and see sort of what messages come up, see what you can kind of take from this. Obviously, as usual, take it or leave it. It may or may not resonate for all of you, but for some of you it absolutely will, and this is exactly what you need to hear today. So this is going to be like the beginning of the series that I'm starting, when we're really talking more about manifestation and law of attraction and what you're actually pulling towards you. So we're only going to be doing one reading today, so this is not a pick a card by any means. And obviously, if you enjoy readings such as this one, oracle readings, we do a lot of them on this channel, so consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you are returning, then welcome back. Why don't we just dive right in. So first I wanted to actually begin with an affirmation and just give it a nice little shuffle. Impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. And as I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that some more will come in its way. Impermanence, equal opportunity, novelty. So the way that I'm kind of looking at this is basically just knowing that wherever you're at right now, whatever you're manifesting, it's very temporary. So perhaps you might be in a situation where you are just simply feeling lost or lonely, or you're confused, or really you're in a time, or you're in a chapter of your life when it feels extremely uncomfortable and you're being pushed and you're being pressured. I guess you're feeling that internal pressure of just something is not in alignment. Just keep that in mind, that this is extremely temporary. And I guess that's the comforting part about it, knowing that all of these different sections in our lives will not last forever. But I definitely think that it's showing up for you for a reason. Cliche about everything happens for a reason, but there's a much different approach to this when you really realize that really it is happening for you. What I'm getting sort of from this is it's happening for you. It's not happening to you. So it's nice when you can shift out of the mentality of victimhood and really tap into, in what way are you actually manifesting this in your reality right now, right? Because sometimes it can, especially if you're having a harder time with something, or if you're really just going through forms of changes, it can really feel like it will last forever, and it feels like it's happening to you. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, let's see what more oracles are coming up for you. True manifestations are powered by service and love. Isn't that interesting that when you really tune into this? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. So when we're looking at impermanence and manifestation in itself, as a concept, or as really what is actually coming towards you, what are you indirectly drawing towards you, we have to sort of remember the basics. Manifestation in its truest form is highly effective if you are the energetic match. So first thing is for you to be really clear of what it is that you desire, but then also you need to start taking action towards those things, and you need to be a match. And if you're not, then it's not one of those things when you're going to be able to fake it. So when you tap into heart center, you're tapping into truly what's true in your heart, then you're able to kind of start manifesting, or you are able to start unrolling or unfolding all of the things that are actually in store for you. And that's what this card kind of reminds us of, that I'm kind of getting from it, that perhaps the way things are right now is not permanent. It's very temporary, and you need to get really clear of what it is that you truly desire, or how do you see that like unfolding in the most optimal way. And beyond visualization and beyond writing down your mantras, you have to be really super clear, and then align your actions and your energy field to the thing or to that experience that you really desire. Okay, what else is coming up for the collective? What are they manifesting this week? Yeah. You're also reminded by Spirit that you need to take inspired action, and that inspired action needs to be fueled, absolutely fueled by your passion. So don't get involved in things like, sometimes we might be wishy-washy. Inspiring passion, to me, this is all about lighting that inner fire, you know what I mean? Like doing things that, or aligning yourself with people and things and activities and experiences that actually are an absolute yes. It's sort of like it's either an absolute yes without a doubt, or it's, if you're sort of doubtful and whatnot, then it's an absolute no. So being that crystal clear about what you want is going to be so important when it comes to manifesting truly what you desire, because otherwise you can never, until you get clear, ultimately you're never really going to get too close to what you truly desire, basically. Okay, let me see what the tarot has to offer us. You need to realign with, be really clear about how you actually feel about your circumstances. Well, not really, but it's almost like part of me also feels like right now it's all about shadow work for you. Okay, here we go. You can hold this. Part of me feels like this is going to be partially doing a little bit of shadow work to see sort of not only what came up for you, why it came up for you, and how can you sort of shift from that space energetically, because you're intuitively, you know that you're not in alignment at the moment. And so it's kind of like it's slowing down your progress ultimately. That's kind of what I'm getting, that right now it's slowing down your progress. The other thing is that you're trying to sort of get to the heart of things, but you have a hard time. For some of you, you're trying to cut through all of the facade. You're trying to cut through all of the confusion. Ultimately, it's more, to me, this is more about getting really clear and aligned, right? When you're clear about what it is that you want, and you don't need to know the how, but you need to know the what it is that you truly want. And again, like with the Magician being in reverse, it's very much about, it's almost like some of you are really like giving your power away, and you sort of you're sort of feeling blocked of how to really manifest. So it's kind of giving you a reality that is not in alignment, and it's not in alignment because you're giving your power away. You're no longer tapped into truly what makes you feel passionate, but you're sort of giving it away to something that is more of a distraction than anything else. And if you do this, if you can get realigned, then you can actually, and I think that some of you kind of feel stuck. Like it's almost like emotionally and mentally and physically, you're sort of feeling like you're not making any progress. You're not moving forward. Like it's very frustrating. And some of you might feel very frustrated, right? Like you just kind of feel like, what the hell? Like, why am I not making progress here? Well, the reason why I'm not making progress here is because you're not tapped into truly on an energetic level what you really want to desire, like what you really want. And But for some of you, you're absolutely going through a period of your time or period of your life where it's almost like you're being recalibrated so that you can actually manifest what you truly desire. Because what you're manifesting right now, energetically, it's pulling something towards you that is really not making you happy. And it's not making you happy because it's sort of bringing up a lot of your, I'm almost getting like, not necessarily childhood trauma, but definitely I'm getting like stuff that is bringing out the worst in you, right? Like I'm getting a lot of like deep wounds that are really being poked around, and it's almost like you're questioning, like, is this really what I still want? Like, is this what I still desire? Like, is this the direction that I still want to move forward with, right? And I mean, honestly, like if you remembered like how powerful you are when you tap into the energy of love, then it becomes a lot easier for you to move forward. But you need to return back to like the things that really bring you joy, and they bring you passion, where they ignite that fire underneath you, and you just sort of have like that newly found energy about you. And I mean, honestly, like this is infectious. So you have to kind of remember that this is infectious, this energy of passion and fire. And, like when you're really like worked up about it, that's the feeling that you're really looking for. But you need to kind of deal with some of the shadow aspect that is really trying to poke its head through, and all it is it's creating delays, and it's creating sort of like that fog and mirror effect where you sort of feel like, oh, and I need to deal with this. Like it's almost like I'm getting like excuses, right? Like I'm getting like all of these stories that you might create within your head of why you're not able to manifest it. That goes back to, not, I guess it's just like not taking responsibility for like what you've actually created. Owning both the shadow and the light aspect of you and integrating both equally, right? Like this week is going to be the full moon that's coming up. Use the energy of the moon for you to truly tap into and manifest and release. Perhaps some of you really need to do some shadow work where you're releasing these aspects of yourself that are just not serving you, right? They're not serving you because they're triggering you to change and to shift into this new vibrational energy. So it's an interesting week. I think that for some of you, you can definitely recalibrate. It's absolutely possible, but you need a fresh perspective on things versus thinking like you are the victim of it all when really you're not. It's just a matter of you're just not in full alignment yet. And if you're seeing the little hands, you're welcome. And we have a little visitor who's also helping us with this week's reading. So there you go. This is all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments what you are actually working on. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you enjoy videos such as this one, when we're talking about manifestation and we're talking about the law of attraction and how you can actually use them in a more, in a more positive way, then comment below, let me know. You can also support the channel by subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. And in the meanwhile, just keep seeking wellness seekers, and I can't wait to see you again in my next video. Bye!